MetLife Stadium in New Jersey. Welcome to the TPCFL Week 7 Game of the Week. Shane Seahawks against Gangsta's Giants. We're ready for one hell of a match. I caught up with Gangster before the game today.
Searching for your game session, you said.
I asked him, how's your season been going so far? Gangster, of course, saying that he's had a rough start to the season, 0-4 to begin with, but they managed to get a 2-game winning streak by playing balanced football game. And he thinks he needs to stick with it as it's working. He said, we definitely need to be better at the passing side. So we'll see how that comes into play here today. I, of course, asked Gangster, with such a strong team as Seattle, what's the game plan coming into this one? And he said Shane has a great throwing game and an excellent pass rush, and we need to be able to recognize the blitz more and try to contain his quarterback to throw shorter, more manageable passes. As we see them queue up, ready to go, Gangsta wishing Shane luck. My response to Gangsta was that it sounds like he's done his homework, and he said he's been putting in a lot of work, the work you need to compete in this league, and he thinks that the fans are going to see a big improvement from his game. We're excited to see it here tonight. From MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Home of the Giants, home of the Jets.
Thanks, Colby. Colby says good luck.
Wishing best of luck to both teams out there. The Giants 2-4, Seahawks 3-2. Won their last game. Giants on a 2-game winning streak. Currently, the Seahawks leading their division. Last year, they were their division's champions. As we look at some stats here, from Darkwa, there's Manning, the man himself.
All right, here we go.
As we watch the kickoff, Seahawks receiving from the Giants down to about the 5-yard line. We'll see a return here on the opening play of the game. Brought to about the 24. They'll spot it at the 25, 1st and 10. This will definitely be an interesting game here. Seahawks last year, number 1 in points per game, number 1 in rushing yards. And the Giants, of course, number 4 last year in passing yards. So we got some strong offenses on the field right now as we watch Seattle take the ball in the shotgun. The handoff immediately stuffed for a loss of 2 on their own 23-yard line now. This Giants defense, very strong. Number 1 overall with sacks, 3.7 per game. Michael Bennett, keep your eye on him. 5 sacks so far this year. So we see Seahawks line up, taking the snap, dropping back into the pocket, looking, finding a man wide open, streaking down the left side of the field. What a beautiful move as he spins around a defender and carries the ball all the way down the field before being dropped on the other side of the 50. A 54-yard gain. Now they're on the offense's 23-yard line. 1st and 10. What a huge opening play. We knew this would be an exciting game, but who knew it would start so early as we see the I formation dropping back on the snap into the pocket, finding a man, who's hit hard and manages to hold on for the first down. A 13-yard gain there on the 10-yard line. First, and what I'm going to call goal. Russell Wilson, number 5 overall in passing yards this year. Just over 1,100. I formation right now. Trailing to the right, a handoff as we see him try and make a move, but is immediately dropped by 2 men for a very small gain of 2. Second and goal. This is the red zone. This is where New York needs to stop them, as this early drive, 2 big plays, pushed them all the way to the 10. Second and goal. The snap, dropping back in the pocket, finding a man wide open again, taken down by the knee at the knees, but not before standing in the end zone. Touchdown! And the point after makes it 7. Less than 2-minute drive. Nets the gain for Seattle. So we see the kickoff to the Giants, calling for the fair catch in the end zone. They'll take it from the 25 themselves. So we see Manning in the shotgun, 1 man flanking to his right, handing off to him, driving forward through a man before being brought down at the 27-yard line for a gain of 2. Darkwa, 1 rushing touchdown this year, 245 yards. Manning directly behind the center, 1 man flanking behind him. The handoff again, spinning around one of his own men, but being dragged down after a 1-yard gain, possibly stuck up on that defender. Third and 7, crunch time for the Giants. They need to answer Seattle early here. Dropping back into the pocket, finding a man. Oh my God, almost picked off as it's swatted out of the air. There will be a punt here, but my goodness, they're all lucky that was not picked off.
This isn't going to be a bad kick.
So we watch the punt. Pretty weak punt. Bounces and touchdown by the Giants on the 44-yard line. They cannot be happy with that one. First and 10 here. Seattle has the ball again.
Yeah, of course they are.
They're on the road, so getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns.
So we see Seattle taking the snap here, dropping back for the handoff, but immediately getting stuffed by a lineman who was roaming around free looking for Rawls and finding him. No gain. Just under 3 left to play from the 43-yard line. Seattle has the ball, 2nd and 10. 1 man standing in the backfield. The handoff. No, the fake. Looking, has time. Ooh, finding a man and barely losing the ball there. That was close. Almost picked, but almost received at the same time. And in the long run, nobody comes up with that one. 3rd and 10. Third here. Time for Seattle to come up with a conversion if they want to keep this drive alive. From their own 43. The snap, sitting in the pocket, finding a man streaking who dives forward. There is a flag on the play against the offense. Ball is coming back further now. 3rd and 20. That is a long haul for Seattle. But they do get a second chance here at the 3rd down. We'll see how they play this one. 2.5 left on the clock in the first. Seattle up by 7. Great chance for them to be up by 2 points. 2 touchdowns, as it were, from the I formation. The snap, the handoff, the fake, dropping back for the play action, finding somebody very deep. Oh my God, and he catches it on the 25-yard line and rushes it in for an easy touchdown. I thought that was going to be picked off, but no, Seattle coming up with the play. Oh my goodness, what a huge bomb. And the 25-yard PAT is good, but there is a flag on the play.
I hit you.
I mean, let's face it. That should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went.
It is 14-0 Seattle. They are kicking off again after scoring twice here in the opening quarter. So we see it fly over the head of the Giants and being taken out at the 25 with a touchback. Time to see what the Giants can do here. You got to be thinking they want to score here before the end of the quarter. So we see the snap dropping back into the pocket is Manning, finding a man open across the first down line, being brought down at about the 42. First down. Odell Beckham Jr. just missing the top 5 by 4 yards for receiving yards, 364, but with 9 less total receptions. 13 on the year, that makes it at least 14. As we see the snap here, dropping back and being sacked. He could not get the ball off in time as we watch Richardson come up with the huge, huge loss. 2nd and 10 here.
I hate it when that happens.
Seahawks, the number 8 overall defensive team, only allowing 84 points all year. Manning in the pocket. Finding a guy, oh my goodness, almost picked off as we stop for an injury. 3rd and 20.
What's that?
It seems to be a day of huge plays,
Glad you dropped it.
and it's either a large completion or almost intercepted. You got to think his luck will run out one of these times. As Eli sits in the pocket waiting, finds a man very deep who cannot hold on to it.
This is ridiculous.
See double coverage. 4th and 20. We'll see a punt here with a minute left in the first from their own 32-yard line. Very quick game thus far. So we see the punt sailing through the air to about the 20. It will be returned for about 5 yards. From the 27-yard line, 1st and 10, Seattle has the ball again. So we see a foot injury for one player. I do apologize, I missed who that was. Last time the Seahawks were here in MetLife, they were winning Super Bowl 48, 43-8 against the Broncos. That was back in 2014. A lot can happen in 4 years. So we watch Seattle driving forward with a run play being stopped for a 3-yard gain, 2nd and 7.
You're right about that. We haven't seen much of them at all so far. They've stacked them up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to them, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on. Decent chunk of yardage.
Less than a minute left in the first here. 14-0 Seattle with the ball. 2nd and 7. Taking the snap, dropping back for a handoff, and immediately getting stuffed. There's a fumble and a huge pileup. Who's going to come away with this one? It looks like Seattle.
Damn it.
Barely grabbing that one. A unique opportunity for the Giants.
You know what I mean? Just who's going to grab it?
3rd and 9.
And avoids the turnover. So a fumble on 2nd down, they're able to maintain possession.
Seattle with possession still. Taking the snap before the period ends. The fake handoff looking has all day. Throwing so deep. And there's a flag on the play.
Yeah,
Pass interference. Oh my goodness, that is devastating for the Giants. Instead of being 4th down here, it's now 1st and 10 on the 31-yard line after a bomb play.
Pass interference.
awful luck here
Yeah, thanks for that, guys.
for Gangsta. So we see Shane take the snap, the handoff. Absolutely demolished. Rawls with a -1 so far today on that 2-yard loss, taking him back into the negative. 2nd and 12 from the 32. We're in the second now. So we see the shotgun. One man flanking to the right. Handing off to him. He books it as far left as he can go to the end. And is taken down with a pickup of 7. 3rd and 4. Seattle driving very well so far this game.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
14-0 from the shotgun. 1 behind, 1 to the right. Couple out wide. The snap, sitting in the pocket, waiting, looking for a man, finding one open. And the pass is good. 18-yard pickup. 166 total yards, and there's still just about 5 minutes left in the second. Lockett there with that reception for 18.
It's killing me.
Seattle unencumbered as they march down the field, waiting in the pocket. Finding open space and rushing it in himself. Touchdown, Russell Wilson. What a beautiful play. A 3rd touchdown in the half. And the point after makes it 21-0. So we watch the familiar sight of Seattle kicking to New York. Gangsta on the sidelines, visibly upset as we watch a running grab by the Giants before being brought down at the 34-yard line. Not a strong kick, possibly a good chance for New York to get a little bit back here before the period ends. Manning with the handoff, finding an opening, rushing through before being dragged down. Darkwa with a 5-yard gain, 2nd and 5. On the 39-yard line, the Giants need to score here. Such a strong defense the Seahawks have, surpassed only by their offense, as we watch Darkwa get through for a 1st down. 23 yards rushing tonight on 4 rushes. 1st and 10, less than 4 left on the clock in the second. From the 46-yard line, the Giants have the ball. From the shotgun, Manning will take it, 1 flanking to his right. Several wide receivers out there, none of them getting the ball as Darkwa gets it yet again and is stopped very hard with a loss of a yard. 2nd and 11. Lots of run plays here tonight from New York. The snap, Eli back in the pocket, looking around, and it's swatted out of the air again. This defense is devastating today. It's hard when you look downfield as the quarterback, and all your guys are double covered.
I feel like I'm getting nowhere.
Manning waiting in the pocket, finding a man open, dodging around a defender for the 1st down. A 16-yard gain on that one. 1st and 10. 31-yard line, the snap, finding a man streaking across the center. Beautiful move as he's tripped up and fumbles his body, not the ball, mind you, over 3 men. Bringing us to the 17-yard line. Within scoring distance, Manning, a familiar position for him. Manning in the pocket, finding a man who is immediately dragged down. There is an injury on the field after that 6-yard gain. 2nd and 4. Beckham Jr. with his second reception of the night. And Coleman with his second tackle. The snap, waiting in the pocket, finding a man, turning around and catching over the shoulder of the defender for the touchdown. The Giants answering. Seattle's defense is strong, but Manning, when he sees that end zone in sight, unstoppable. And the point after brings it to 7.
Thank you, Slip.
8 plays, 66 yards.
Center's out.
2 seconds away from the 2-minute warning, we watch New York kick it back off to Seattle. Driving well into the end zone. Nowhere to be seen on camera. As we see the touchback, and Seattle from the 25 will take it. They've had no problem marching the field tonight. We'll see how this drive goes.
Touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
Yeah, you think?
The snap, the handoff fake, waiting to the far left. Passing very deep, almost picked off as the 2-minute warning comes up. A beautiful breakup by the Giants, exactly what they needed. Seattle not hesitating for a second to go deep.
I was hoping to have that in my arms.
Gangster saying,
I
no,
was
no,
there
no.
all the way.
From the shotgun, Wilson. The handoff fake. Oh, my God, and he is demolished by Pierre-Paul.
Thank you, sir.
For a 9-yard loss. 3rd and 19. Seattle in a position they are not used to this game. $19 yards to go for the first down. 1 play to do it. A minute and a half left here in the second from the 16-yard line. In the shotgun, one behind him, one to his right. The snap, waiting in the pocket, looking all day, finding a man wide open for the first down. Oh, my God. 1st and 10 after a 29-yard pass. Huge pickup from Seattle.
Of course, it helped that I had that one game that had like 7 sacks.
So we watch it tick below a minute here before the half.
Last game.
In the shotgun. The snap. The handoff. Taking off to the left, but brought down at the knees for no
Nice to
gain.
get back to the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 10.
I was hoping to stop you a little sooner than that.
Giants able to answer Seattle here on the previous drive. Seattle now moving a little bit slower than they were in the first 3 possessions. So we watch a very similar looking play here. And the clock continuing to tick. Oh,
Dang it.
and the Giants jumped the gun on that one with a neutral zone infraction. Free 5 yards for Seattle, 2nd and 5.
I knew it the minute it happened, too.
The clock continues to tick. Seattle, no need to be in a hurry as we see the snap and the handoff on attempted run, but not much room as he does not pick up a single yard. Tomlinson with his first tackle of the night, of course, leading the team with sacks with 3. From the shotgun, Wilson with the snap, dropping back, looking all day long. The final play of the snap, and he is hit hard and brought down. He did get the first down, but it means nothing as the half runs out. You're watching the TPCFL. Check us out on TPCFL.com. The Giants getting the ball from a yard into the end zone, returning
I didn't want to.
to the 25.
But it wouldn't let me.
They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
That website on the bottom of your screen, also our Twitter and our Discord. Come join in the fun. We have people live chatting as we watch a first down pass from Manning. 6 for 10 tonight, bringing us to a 1st and 10 from the 38. We have other members of the league and friends and fans chatting on bit.ly/TPC Discord. Check it out. Chat live now. The Giants need a score here to keep this one alive. So we see the run play read very well by one of their back defenders. Darkwa with a small gain of 2, bringing us to 2nd and 10 on the 40. We are in the 3rd at this point. Just under 5.5 left. So we watch him pose on the sidelines.
That didn't look good, did it?
Manning the snap, waiting in the pocket, has time,
Nice
makes the
ball.
throw. It is almost brought in on a huge reaching catch, but dropped at the last minute off some strong defense by Seattle. 3rd and 8 from the shotgun. Manning, nobody around him. 4 receivers out wide, 2 to the left, 2 to the right, finding a man leaping high in the air and bringing this one in for a huge gain of 18 just when they needed it the most. 109 yards tonight for the Giants. Haven't heard Beckham's name much tonight. He is number 7 overall in receiving. 28-yard average, putting him at number 2 as far as average yardage goes. And a 75-yard longest. So we see another run play. The Giants stopped solid and then chopped down for a 2-yard gain there.
Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with it overall.
So we see the shotgun snap, the pass on a beautifully run route, weaving before being brought down on another big play. The passing game strong right now. Manning in a rhythm on a 22-yard pass. 1st and 10 from the 18.
And now a first down following that long gain.
Manning with his eyes on that end zone again. The Giants logo never looks so sweet. Shotgun snap, finding a man open. Oh my God! It is snapped out of the air. So close to being picked.
Dang.
Looked like a great pass, just not enough on it to get there before Seattle was able to jump in and swat it down.
That horseshoe out of my buttock.
2nd and 10.
Wow.
Manning, 1 behind him, 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Taking the snap, dropping into the pocket, finding a man who did not have time to turn around, and it soars over his left shoulder.
And it's 3rd down.
3rd down. Still 10 to go.
Roadblock here with 2 straight incompletion.
No roadblocks. We're not doing roadblocks.
This is a time when Manning shines, when Gangsta shows us what he's got. Finding a man, and it's swatted out of the air again. Seattle with some great pass coverage.
But at least it's 4th down.
Thanks for the follow. It's KBB. Gotta take what points I can, right?
4th down, off goes Manning, and on comes the Giants.
They will settle for a field goal as we watch the kick here.
35-yard attempt. And the kick
Right down the middle for 3.
advantage now back down to 11. So the drive stalls out.
After holding Seattle up at the end of the half and scoring 3 themselves. Not what the Giants were hoping for,
Still lots of football left.
but there's still plenty of time, as you hear Gangster saying that himself.
More opportunities.
From the 5-yard line, Seattle will take it out, running straight up the field, finding a lot of space and being brought down at the 31-yard line
Just past the
for a pretty decent pickup.
Here comes the Seahawks offensive unit. They'll have it first to begin the 3rd. The 3rd quarter has not been kind to them after they built that lead at intermission.
Seattle hasn't scored since the 2nd.
How much of that is simply execution? How much of that is maybe you lose your edge a little bit because you've got a lead?
Although this is the first time they've had the ball since ending the 2nd. So we watch sit in the pocket, looking very, very deep, and it's caught! How does he catch that around his defender? A 47-yard gain. Seattle on fire with those deep, deep passes. The Giants just can't cover them. 1st and 10 now from the 22. The snap, oh my God, and he is leveled with a sack. Collins, his 2nd tackle of the night, is a huge 9-yard loss. Sack on Russell Wilson. The Giants showing why they're number 1 in the league in sacks. And a great time to pull one out. Pushing Seattle back to the 31-yard line, 2nd and 19 now. Though with the passes we've seen from Seattle tonight, the amount of yardage hasn't mattered. We look very wide. Almost picked off in a way, but swatted down and out of bounds. 3rd and 19. Giants seem to be in a pretty good position right now to stop Seattle from scoring another touchdown. Another big incompletion from Shane. From the shotgun is Wilson taking the snap. Oh my God, and he is sacked again! Vernon this time, his 2nd tackle of the night for an 8-yard loss and a sack.
Sorry, homie.
The Giants living up to their name as we watch a huge kick here from Seattle, answering the Giants' kick through the air and through the uprights. It's good. 24-10 now. Seattle will kick it back to the Giants. A kick shallow, just inside the end zone, being returned, pushing through a defender 2 times before finally being brought down on the 28-yard line. A pickup of 3 over the would-be touchback.
If I could have just gotten by him, I've been all set.
Try as he might, he could not get past that one defender as he's dragged to the ground. 1st and 10. The Giants looking for a big play here, looking for a big drive. The fake handoff, looking, almost getting hit before getting rid of it.
The button, it wouldn't throw it. I had to hit it a couple times.
No good. Incomplete. 2nd and 10. Manning feeling some pressure here. Nothing he's not used to. The snap from the shotgun. Manning waiting in the pocket, has a bit of time, looking very deep, finding his man who cuts back inside, spins through a tackle, and is brought down from behind for a 30-yard gain. 1st and 10 from the 42 now. The Giants have some momentum behind them.
No Latin assassin. This is a franchise league. TPC.
So we see Manning sitting in the shotgun yet again, needing to put some pressure back on Seattle. The handoff, a great run, and stop just inside the 40 for a 3-yard gain.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation.
Seeing some great throws here today from both teams. The Giants finally finding a groove. The snap, looking out to a man in double coverage who is hit hard on both sides and drops the ball incomplete. 3rd and 7.
Would have been a great catch, but he missed it.
Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
The Giants on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point.
3rd and 7. 30 seconds left in the 3rd period from the 39-yard line. Manning with the snap, dropping back in the pocket. Plenty of time, and it's picked off! Seattle picking off the play, coming up with the ball, stopping the Giants cold where they stand. Also an injury on the play, but the biggest news of all is the turnover. Manning seemingly rushing that play. He had time. So we see Wilson drop back into the pocket. finding a man streaking who is bodied hard to the ground. Aver with bruised ribs can return this game. We'll see how Seahawks play that one. They have a good lead, 24-10. In the waning moments of the third. From the 27-yard line, Seattle, one man behind. Wilson in the shotgun takes the snap, dropping back in the pocket and waiting. Almost gets hit by a man, throws up a lob, and there's plenty of room to run. Finding pay dirt and making a run down to the 44-yard line. Fant with the abdominal tear will not return. What a great play. 30-yard gain to end the third. Dropping into the fourth quarter. 6 minutes left on the clock from the 44. Seattle will take it with a 14-point lead. 1st and 10 after a big pickup of 30 on the previous play. Seattle tight behind the center, taking the snap and the handoff right up the middle, and he's clotheslined to the ground. Devastating. 1-yard gain. Harrison Sr., his third tackle of the night. The clock keeps moving. As we watch the play clock tick down below 5 seconds, the snap is off, the handoff running wide to the right, one man to get past, and he does not as he's cut down, but gets 6 yards. 3rd and 4. Seattle just looking to chomp down on some of that clock and killing it well.
You would have fumbled it.
So we watch tons of time tick off the clock there. From the shotgun, Wilson, many men in the backfield, the fake handoff, waiting in the pocket, finding a man so deep who is demolished on the 1-yard line. 37-yard gain. I thought that was going all the way. The receiver not getting up. What a huge hit. As we see Gangster laughing on the sidelines after that play. From the shotgun is Wilson. How long will the laughter last? As we watch an easy rush in for Rawls for a touchdown.
Did I take him out? Or did he get up? He's injured.
Just adding on to the lead with no hesitation. The point after is good. 31-10. A 21-point lead, at least 3 scores.
I wanted this to be a competitive game.
With 4.5 left in the fourth, we'll watch another line drive kickoff to about the 15-yard line. It will be returned. Spin move brought down by 2 Seattle defenders. So the Giants will take it from the 34-yard line. Richardson Jr. with a strained knee. He can return to this game.
You like the way I put that? He's out for the rest of the game.
Seattle ready on defense. Manning dropping back in the pocket, finding a man, and it's picked off again, one-handed, as you see him return. A perfect block, running up the sidelines, and an easy pick 6 as we see him do a backflip into the end zone. Seattle extending their lead further.
No offense, Kobe.
The name of the game today is interception.
Yeah, you're not making this look really.
38-10. Seattle in a familiar position, kicking off to New York. Another line drive to about the 15, being returned the 30. before being dragged down hard at the 31-yard line. First and 10. We'll see how the Giants play this. Down by 28. 4 minutes left in the fourth here. Eli in the shotgun, the handoff, running behind a defender and brought down for a 3-yard gain. 2nd and 7.
I'm not sure if I can get the ball moving again or not.
Manning from the shotgun, waiting in the pocket, has time, finds a man for the first down. Manning just under 500 on the night, 10 for 22. Marshall, the man of the hour, 2 receptions, 44 yards. It's Manning, takes a snap. Handoff, brought down. There's a flag on the play. Holding. And this ball will come back. 1st and 20. Not what New York wanted to hear.
Very difficult.
The Giants sidelines looking discouraged. So we see the shotgun snap. The pass is caught, and he is brought down. The 13-yard game, 2nd and 7, picking up the penalty yardage and a little bit more.
I'm not disappointed.
4th down, just under 3 minutes left to play from the 47-yard line. New York trailing by 28 in the shotgun, takes a snap, waiting in the pocket. Finding him, looking for a man, but a wild throw is almost picked off. Status quo for the night as we see it get knocked down.
Things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better. And all that does.
New York struggling tonight from the shotgun. 2 wide to the left, 2 wide to the right, 1 tight end on his right side being handed off to him, turning on the jets and making it to the sideline around the defenders for a pickup. There is an injury on the play.
You took out Vereen.
Vereen, very slow getting up. He will sit on the sidelines for the moment. As they assess him, we'll get you a report on him shortly. Manning from the shotgun again, taking the snap, waiting in the pocket, has time, finding a man for the first down, moving it nicely as he had been at the beginning of the second and the beginning of the third before the interceptions plagued him so. Manning once again from the shotgun, plenty of receivers out there, 1 man running a short route, turning around and dropping the ball. Almost had it, but had a man on tight for an incomplete 2nd and 10 from the 22-yard line.
Thank you for the follow, Rad Marmar 666.
Heading to the 2-minute warning here, 2:04 left. Last play before that 2-minute warning. The snap in the shotgun, waiting in the pocket. A man coming in fast, swatted out of the air again. No chance. Vereen with a shoulder tear, out for the game. 3rd and 10, 2-minute warning.
Not a rookie, but
This offense was on the move. Now
You want more stats? You want to follow the league? Can't catch a game? Check out the scores on TPCFL.com. The snap, Manning, man coming in fast, finding a man wide open. Touchdown. There's an injury on the play, but Marshall scoring 6.
You know, not everything. My game plan has not gone the way I expected it.
And the extra point will make it 7.
You know what I mean?
A 21-point lead still for Seattle, 38-17, and they will get the ball again. A quad strain for Flowers.
Thank you, Brian.
Sitting on the sideline again. Join in the discussion. Get the latest updates, twitter.com/TPCFL or bit.ly/TPC Discord. Chat with the fans and the players. So we see a return from Seattle on the kick. on the 27-yard line. They'll take it. Have not had too much difficulty here tonight. Only one stoppage, and that was when the period ended in the second. Lots of touchdowns. A field goal thrown in there. From the shotgun is Wilson taking the snap. Waiting in the pocket, finding a man, lobbing it, and it's swatted out of the air. Great defense by New York.
Don't just put your hand up, catch it.
Despite the great deflection, Gangsta on the sidelines yelling at his player to catch the ball. To be fair, that would have been a unique opportunity and just what they needed in the waning moments of the fourth here with 1:45 left on the clock. And Seattle in possession. Seattle was eating the clock up in the beginning of this quarter. Now, with a pass play, sitting in the shotgun, looking in the pocket again, a huge lob, dodging the first guy but being taken down by 3 more for an 18-yard gain. No problem passing tonight for Seattle. Wilson having his way with the New York defense. Taking some hits of his own. Several sacks on the night. 3 by my count. And there we see some clock being eaten up. A minute left in the period from the I formation. Seattle taking the snap, the handoff, rushing to the right, spinning around a defender. What a beautiful move, spinning through his second tackle to pick up an extra yard. There's a flag on the field. It is a face mask on top of the run of 18-yard gain, 1st and 10. 38 yards till pay dirt. The clock whittling down. Seattle in the eye. The snap, the handoff, booking it to the left this time, rushing through a man for being brought down. Maybe picking up a yard. But there is a penalty on the play against Seattle, taking us to 1st and 20. Less than a minute in the fourth. Less than a minute in the game. Wilson with 1 in the backfield, handing off to him, who makes it right up the center. He had 2 defenders running wildly in front of him. If he had made it through there, you have to believe would have been straight on through, but as it were, brought down for a 3-yard gain, 2nd and 17. Seattle feasting on clock. 10 seconds left in the period as we watch the snap. The handoff again, brought down. And you have to believe that's the end of this one. So the clock expires.
Yeah, very good game.
A huge win here today by Shane.
Sorry I couldn't make it a little more competitive for you, but
Final score 38 to the Giants 17.
yeah.
Snapping Gangsta's 2-game win streak. Seattle extends their own to 2. Continues to lead their division. 4-2 as the Giants dropped to 2-5. This has been the TPCFL. My name's Meader. You can find me at Meader or on my podcast, We Need to Talk, at WNTT1 on Twitter. You can hear more about the TPCFL. There are some openings if you're looking to play some competitive Madden with a group of great individuals. Check them out on bit.ly/TPC Discord or on Twitter at TPCFL. TPCFL.com, the home of 3-player co-op football. All of those links right there on the bottom of your screen right now. You want to hear more? Check out the 1st and 10 podcast all about the TPCFL. Wherever you find your podcasts. Hosted by Brian Langell and Kiv Style. From everyone here in the production team, we want to thank you for tuning in. We hope to see you again soon. This has been the Game of the Week. As we look at a couple more stats, plenty more stats over at TPCFL.com.
He's out for 4 weeks.
I hope you all have an outstanding rest of your night.